Welcome to another adventure with Getting Lost. What happened is, in our last few episodes, we were at the source of the Kallang River, and from the source, we have walked through parts or half of the Bishan Park. So join me as I explore the other part of the park, which will happen right after the intro, which is happening now. Welcome back. So what happens was, we actually crossed the bridge at Marymount Road, and we have gone back to the other side of the Kallang River, which is closer to Bishan. And now we have actually walked past Xingming area and we're heading along Bishan. So on my other side, on my left side here, is actually the Bishan Park, and after that park, if you head further down that direction, you will be heading towards But on this side of the river, we are actually at the Bishan area of the river. And as I walk towards the middle of the bridge, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to get a better vantage point so that I can have a look at the river. This river here called Kallang. Remember, in the previous episodes, we were at the source of the river, which was Lower Pierce Reservoir. And Lower Pierce Reservoir is that direction there. Somewhere over the trees past that direction. And the water flow from there all the way down here. And we keep walking down. What do we see? We still see the nice river that they have made here for you to enjoy, a natural meandering river. And on my right, the HDB blocks of Bishan. And here is another bridge, which is actually next to the McDonald's at Bishan Park. Yes, so the bridge here gives you fast access to fast food from and Bishan. Fast access to fast food. That was funny. Anyway, as you keep walking along here, what you notice is we'll be walking towards a sort of a statue, art sculpture that honestly for me looks like a big diaper, a big metallic diaper where babies poo. Really, here, doesn't that look like a diaper to you? It definitely looks like a diaper to me. A huge big diaper for a huge big baby who poos. And so conveniently, after you poo, you can wash the baby at the riverside. Yeah, really, it does look like a big diaper to me. Definitely a big diaper. But, never mind. That aside, no, we can't go aside it because it really does look like a diaper. Well, the real nature of the big diaper, the big metallic diaper, is that it's supposed to be a swing. And so, a swing. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, but it does not look like a swing. Not to me. It looks like a big, huge baby diaper. But I guess everything is interpreted by the observer. You know, the artist who made it thought that it's a swing, but not me. I still think it's a big diaper. But still, you cannot beat the view from here of the river. And one of the best features of this park, the Bishan Park, is walking along the riverside, where you can actually just walk directly at the riverside, and you can see the river just flow right in front of you. And now we are back on the bridge to have a better view of the river. And over that direction is the Bishan Park, the end of the Bishan Park. And here the rivers meanders and meanders and meanders, and finally it comes here, where it passes some HDB blocks, and then it goes under this bridge. And you can see the wind blowing on the aquatic vegetation here, and then comes back and joins to the concrete drain and continues its journey along the Kallang River. And that's the end of the park. But it's not the end of our journey, because there's much more to see here. But before we go, at this time now, when we are here, the level of the water is not very high. But if we come back later, when there was a huge downpour of water, of rain, and then the river will be different. As you can see, the river now is much more full of water, because it's going to rain. Look at that, it's raining now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to continue our journey along here. Next episode, next video, we will continue along the Kallang River. But what we're going to do now is we are going to have a look at the waters after the downpour. So let me get some shelter, and I will get back to you after the downpour. And here we are after the downpour, and look, the waters of the river has overflowed its original boundary. And look, you can't even see the concrete bottom of the river, and lots of drains, lots of runoffs, lots of small little rivers are continuing to feed into the Kallang River, and the river now is overflowed with water, much overflowed than when we saw it earlier. And look, this water flows down to Kallang River, flows along the Kallang River. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and have a look at the river. As you can see, the river has actually expanded. It has gotten much wider, and the places where we used to be able to cross, those stone steps are now underneath water. And you can also hear like popping sounds if you actually go closer to the water. I suspect those are the fishes jumping in the water. I do not know why they jump, but they do. Look at that. So it's still a bit rainy. The heavy downpour has passed, but the heavy downpour did dump lots and lots of water into the river. And this Kallang River now is filled with lots of water. And if you come down to here, there are still fishes swimming in here. There's still birds at the side of the river, at the bank of the river. But we cannot walk further down, because whatever walkway, whatever pathway, whatever stone walkways is covered with water. So during times like this, if you want to cross over to the other side, what you need to do is use the bridge. And we have walked past this whole park, and we saw there are many bridges for you to use to cross over. And here, maybe I just should keep quiet for a while and just get comfortable with the sound of the park. And here is the park, the Bishan Park, and the river, the bridge crossing the river, and the park, and the Kallang River, which we are supposed to follow, flows heavy with water now, and we need to walk that direction to find our direction, to find our way back along the river and see what else we can find. And this road here is actually Bishan Road, and the Bishan Road is actually the final boundary between at the end of the Bishan Park. That means that Bishan Park actually ends at Bishan Road, and then if you cross further here, we have come across to the next part of the river walk, and it doesn't look like it's ready yet, but that will not stop our journey. To find out more about what happened next, so join me in my next adventure, my next video, where I will explore further along the Kallang River, and we'll see what else we can find along the Kallang River. So join me for that. And before you go, please do me a favor. Please help me by liking my video, sharing my video, and also subscribing to my channel. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next adventure, where I will explore the Kallang River and further. Until then, bye bye.